everybody, welcome to my stream. I just wanted to start a bit earlier today because I'm quite eager to play this game and see where, I see my little model's not showing up. Anyway, I'm quite eager to play this game. I want to see what, hopefully Elfie, not Elfie. Fable is okay because I'm quite worried about Fable, like looking for Melly. I hope they are okay. Oh, my speakers aren't on, but at least my mic is on. But for some reason, my model just is playing a little game of hide and seek. 1 second. Let me see if I can get her back. There we are. Okay. Hopefully she'll activate. There we are. Anyway, I'm quite eager to know what's going on, and I hope I can talk. Hello. Playing more Tavern Talk today. Well, instead of the original game, I was going to play Paper Lily. I just really want to play more and see what's going to happen more in the story. So let's dive in and see what happens, and hopefully you can find Melly. Okay, in pursuit of entropy. Entropy? Let's see here. Who's going to show up first today? Oh! Getting quest. I wonder if I can. You know, your quests are getting weirder by the day. I mean, no one's forcing you to take that one, unless you have one basilisk swarms waiting in the back. I think I'm good with this one. No basilisks, I'm afraid. Eager to kill some parental figures. You know, I don't really want Jade or kill. What is the character's name now? They keep changing the name every time I talk to them. It's Kumo now. Okay. Kumo's parents. You know it. Speaking of family, you haven't brought your sister by in a while, has she? I don't know. We no longer speak. Oh. I didn't know that. You two were unbeatable when it comes to bar fights. Yeah, I love her, but she's become a little too much like our parents, so I need to love her from afar. Or I wouldn't love myself very much. We're better off for it. Sorry to hear that. I mean, yeah, you're better off for it. I don't think better is the right word. Oh, sorry. Healthier, maybe? Happier? Strange thing to say, right? I'm happier without my sister. Who says that? Someone who's gone through a lot. Someone who's tried. Someone who gave up. Do you regret it? No, it's not my job to fix her, even if I wish it was. And that's just what people do, isn't it? Change until you don't recognize them anymore. Until one of you is forced to leave, before you both destroy each other. Change is inevitable, but not everyone will transform into something that'll hurt you. Change can be beautiful too. Nice words, but not something either of us believes. Is it? I'm working on it. Let me know how that goes. The rogue guy, got any siblings? None that we know of. Their parents kind of faked their death, abandoned him when he was very young. I mean, how do we know if they faked their death? What if they, ran away in the chaos and then just couldn't find Kumo? They haven't exactly been writing postcards. I guess no one would handle that very well. What do you think about the whole killing thing measure? Adds up to me. It does? Yeah, not like they ever facing real consequences for... Is her eyes glowing for a second? For being shitty. Always falls on the kids, doesn't. Oh, surprised they didn't censor that one. And you think being murdered is an inappropriate consequence? It's not about what I think. I'm just taking the jobs. Right, but I was thinking. Think less, or rather, think about what you're gonna mix for me instead. So you're not even hesitating? I'm a bounty hunter, innkeeper. Of monsters, I assume. Not all monsters look unlike us. I thought you didn't do charity. I don't. I expect a hefty payment by the end of this. The thief must have some jewels stored away somewhere, right? I see. So, drinks. Drinks, of course. Murder. How would you like to approach it? With a lot of force. Don't know how strong they are, but I need to be stronger. Maybe some defense in the mix would be good too, if their attack patterns turn out to be... Excuse me. Would turn out to be more complex than you thought. It seems like you do listen to me sometimes. Your stories of fighting mirages and three-headed antelopes are far too compelling to forget. I hope so. You still got any of those frozen pine cones laying around? The ones you gave me for the mountain mimic? If those deadbeats pick up some primordial magic, I could use some of their elemental protection. Clever as always, Jade. Obviously. Plus that frost armor is pretty cool. Luckily for you and your coolness factor. No. You and your health. I got a big shipment of them in last month. Cool. I'll take some of those then. They're not contending with another approach? No. Unless... I guess there's another way. Oh, what is this other way you're thinking, Jade? Listen, some things are unfixable. I saw both my legs before I ever talked to my... I saw both my... Oh, I see. Both my legs off before I ever talked to my folks again. But this wound is fresh. It could be possible to delay the inevitable. That is the route I want to go for more. I could convince them to leave, scare them off, banish them somewhere where they can't hurt him. That way he can find them later if he ever changes his mind. You know, I think that would be a better approach. Maybe this rift isn't completely irreparable, after all. It sounds like you're asking for some charisma. And some speed. Should hurry up before he does anything drastic himself. Yep, some dexterity might help too. You never know how they could react. Might have to dodge some blows. Huh, might have to. You got any of the inspiration garbage lying around? I'm not good with words when it comes to situations like this, and I might have to inspire them to be a little less awful. I could offer you either Thunder Sage or Honey Flowers, whatever flavor you prefer. You choose about it all. Charisma, dexterity, inspiration. It's less violent route, but it's not what he asked for. So, I won't complain about a strength and defense mix either, as long as you throw the frost armor in. I think my decision about this would be tinted by my own experiences, so please, a little help. Always, Jade. Thank you for asking. And make sure to leave Onyx some leftovers. She's thirsty. Oh, I love Onyx. She's a cute lifter. Oh no, you're so cute. Okay, let's see. I think... Okay. Oh, I need to go. I'm going to go for this one. I don't want her to kill him. I want to leave the option open for Kumo. Well, let's see what I need. So I need a bit of... Not spoken heart. What would be appropriate here? Not that one. No. Sunny breeze. Okay, something with 3. So this one's a bit closer. So I think it would have to be sunny breeze. Okay, so that. So she said. Okay, that infusion. This one, I believe. Oh, that one. That one's the same one as well. Then I'll go for this one. Oh yeah, because it adds those two up. Oh yeah, that's what I want. So, not that one. This one here. A little bit more. Okay. And then the flight one is good. A bit of the brains. Oh yeah, a little bit more. There you go. Sunny breeze. That's what I'm going to give her. There we go. We'll go to the list. Maybe this causes as loss as we think it is. If they can't be reasoned with, I can always trick them and kill them that way, yes. But I guess I'll try talking first. Oh, thanks, Jade. Let's hope this is the right choice. I really hope it is. Don't you trust me? You wish. Don't forget to fill me in on your success. If I had any charisma left in me, you'll be sure to hear all about it. Until then, don't tell him what I'm doing. I shall keep the secret between us. You do love those. Typical Fae, I guess. Fae? Wait, am I a Fae? Don't take too many names while I'm gone. I wouldn't dream of it. Huh. Hey, boy! I forgot your name. Iniko. Nah, man, you gotta be more careful with that ethereal bamboo. I mean, it's super cool and all, but if you cut it the wrong way, it's gonna charge up and whoosh! Gone you are, sucked into the ethereal weave. Oh, well, you know, like those fishies that'll kill you if you cook them the wrong way. What? Fish? Yes, they look like balls with spikes. Don't know about the name, though. You mean pufferfish? Wait. Pufferfish or siege? I think it's pufferfish. That! Whoa, wait. You're also here? Hello. You forget I was here, Nico? Sure am. You're looking fire. Nice drip. Thank you, Nico. Nico, can we stay on topic, please? Topic. Right. Drip. So I heard any type of vibration can trigger a small rift. It's like disturbing a sleeping dragon. Wrong move, and the world faltering and whatnot. So you're saying if I use my bow the wrong way, I could open a rift and be lost in the ethereal weave? That would suck big time, but alas. Though, can't be entirely sure. I mean, what's the fun in knowing everything for sure? Don't be basic. Embrace the chaos. As long as you don't play any wrong notes, you should be fine. Nothing easier than that, especially under pressure. Especially then, I'm sure. Then, you have nothing to worry about, friend. Might even come in handy one day. The person who made your instrument must have at least, one thought about making it like that. They did. Many thoughts, actually. Oh, you're gonna pick up a quest as well? Good mythical morning, innkeeper. I know, practically, it's early afternoon, but who cares? Good theopractical morning, Hex. Almost there. You forgot the mythical. Good mythical theopractical morning. Better. Okay, listen up. I found this little leaflet on your notice board. And I saw you're finally sending someone out to investigate the abandoned wizard tower. And I decided that someone is me. I've been wanting to see what's up there for a while now. Talk about good timing. Did you say wizard tower? What's the T? Well, there's an abandoned wizard tower near Never Duff on the small island called Morlia. Ah, the one with the worms. I think you can find worms in any ecosystem. That's what they want you to think. Sure. Either way, no one has seen the Wizard of Morlia in quite some time. So they say. And I've been dying to know what he might be hiding in his tower. I bet a lot of explosives. I'm more hoping for scrolls of ancient magic and semi-cursed objects. Oh, and of course books of forgotten knowledge. Rumor has it he left behind quite the hoard of peculiar trinkets. Surely, after all, as it states in the this leaflet, traps, puzzles, must be something very valuable hidden in there. Maybe even the key to immortality. Or they were bored. Admittedly, I don't design puzzles when I'm bored, though. I blew things up. I love when things go boom. Same. You know what? What? I think you should take me and Boy along. Listen, you say trinkets, and I'm all in. I mean, the entropy we created if we traveled as a trio would be immaculate. Would be able to tackle the wizard's puzzles and deathly traps with wits and violence and music. You have my luck and my, I'm not sure how to say that. Hygium? Maybe the ethereal weave could even help. Ethereal bamboo, huh? But an ethereal weave escape would only work with Chabian silk? Huh? The ghost spiders of Cabian, I'm not sure I'm saying that right. Cabian use their silk to spin the weave. Good thing that these strings are made of Chabian silk then. Great! Then we can use your Hagium as our plan C escape plan. Since should the wizards be at home after all, or foster any monsters in any traps, our Hagium will be our way out. By zipping into the ethereal weave? Don't worry, it's like dreaming or teleporting. You'll just have to find your way back out. We'll manage that. That I am a master teleporter. And I'm sure innkeeper friend here has the right drink for you. Perhaps something that'll give you some brain cells. And quick reflexes, so I'm hasty and can easily evade traps. Good that I don't need help with either. But shouldn't we be able to fight back fiercely in case something is lurking in the tower? Lots of traps probably means lots of fire, so fire resistance will be helpful too. Fighting sounds good. I'd love to kill something, but I hate making decisions. I think the innkeeper should decide what to make. Okay, so something strong to barge in and fight our way through, paired with fire resistance, survive lethal traps. Or something for our brains that give us focus infused with haste. I'll see what I can do, but don't be held responsible for whatever ends up happening. We would never, ever. Ooh, what to make for you guys? I think I'm gonna give them something with haste and brains. Well, there's Peak Sunrise. Let's see. Well, that one I could go for Peak Sunrise. What else could I go for? Yeah, I think Peak Sunrise would be the best one for that. Okay, so Peak Sunrise. Something with haste. Something with haste. Oh, this one here. Okay. Oh, wait, that one? Wait, why'd that make one minus? Is there something else that can give me haste? I need an infusion. Maybe I should have to choose a different one then. Brains. I don't think it'd be that one. Do we have something other than haste? No. Well, this one. That way it won't take away from that one as much. Okay. And a bit of spring. Okay, and actually give me silver. Oh. Well, darn it. What am I supposed to do here? Because I don't think that would help. No, because it takes away from when I fill it up. Oh. That's what I need. Oh, okay. Perfect. Peak Sunrise. Here you go. Brains and quick reflexes. Thanks. I'm sure those will be use. This'll be of use for solving puzzles and evading traps. It'll be sad if not a single thing explodes. Explosions could damage all the loot. But maybe afterwards we could light a little fire. You know what we should do? What? We should take Jade along. She'd definitely be interested in the treasures too. Additional blade couldn't hurt. Any idea where we could find her and keep? I'm afraid she's ordering quests, so probably nowhere nearby. That's fine. We'll poach her. What? Good luck. Thank you. We shall return with the story worth telling. I can't wait. Bye, loser. Bye, everybody. Now, I wonder, who haven't I seen in a while? I think it was the elf. Oh, closing up shop. Bum, 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 bum. A well-deserved break. A rainy day today. Hey! Hey, Una. Hello, innkeep. Look what I found. Looks like a rare specimen of Archie to me. I'm one of a kind. Oh, you two know each other already? Of course you do. You know pretty much everyone in this city, huh? Of course I know him. He's quite the celebrity. I'm just kidding. Oh, I suppose I am. He's Zenith's most famous author. He even survived an assault by hordes of the vicious undead. Author? I guess I really am an author, yes. Bummer. In here I thought I could surprise you. How did you two meet? I think he spotted me on the street. Must have thought I could tell I have a lot of stories to tell, so he asked me if I could write my biography. What a unique way to call someone old. But she does have a lot of stories to tell. Archie, how many manuscript copies do you want to collect before you actually finishing something? Well, you see, it's always important to collect ideas. Life itself is the best source of inspiration for any artist. Look at him. He's so eager to write. How do you do no voice? He's so eager to write. I just couldn't refuse that look in his big, sparkly eyes. Writing down ideas is so much fun. I feel like it's somewhere like Kyle now. I haven't done Kyle's voice for a while. He's like one of the vampire characters. There's the magical detective story. Theo's my adventure with the undead. And now Una's biography. Well, it's fantastic. I suppose you're right. Una, how come you want your biography to be written now? You don't really have a reason. I'm old and I've seen lots of stuff. It would be sad if all that knowledge went to waste, right? It's not like it'll disappear any second now, is it? Of course not. I get it. A lot of weird things have been happening lately. Don't be silly. We'll be fine. It's always nice to see most of your friends return during times like these. Most of them? Oh, they're both crying? Stuff like this happens every few decades. It's completely normal. If you say so. Are you going to pay Archie accordingly, though? That's what I'm here for. I'm going to pay him in drinks. And I could also use a little refreshing drink myself. Aye, gotcha. Anything specific you like today, Archie? Just the same as usual. A drink to stay focused on my writing, to defend my brain against all those distracting thoughts. Coming right up. Alright, so... Whoop. Let's see. So, one for his thoughts. Frosted Lagoon. Coming right up. Alright. A little bit of this one, the crown. A little bit of the sword. And there we are. Here you go. A drink to boost your concentration. Thank you very much, dear innkeeper. Oh, this is delicious. I can feel an irresistible itch in my fingertips already. I'm always happy to oblige. So, Una, what is it for you today? Maybe something that'll give me strength and energy to tell this whippersnapper every little detail of my life. Yeah, that sounds about right. Alright, give me a quick second. I'll be back with your drink. Right. So, something... Let's see... not that one. Ah, yes, Southern Brawler. That'll do. Okay, and this one. That should do it. Some liquid stamina for the golden girl. Let's see if your skills are to be trusted and keep. Oh, Archie, I hope you're ready for at least 600 pages? That's a lot. But you already agreed, so you don't have a choice. And now, my dear Archibald, we'll begin with the writing. Thank you for your hospitality, Innkeep. I'll see you later. Goodbye, Innkeep. I'll remember to keep a copy of the book for you. Signed, please. Of course. Very well. Goodbye, you two. Oh, everyone's leaving pretty quick today. Oh, it's you. You're doggos. Minty. Finally, my service beast and I have returned. Welcome back, Minty. Good to see you, Innkeeper. Unsurprisingly, your tavern's dry interior. I thought you might be appreciating the dampness of almost everything nowadays. Maybe while underwater, but wheels and mud do not mix. On land, I appreciate structurally sound and smooth wood flooring much more than its soggy alternatives. That bad? You would too. Just step a few minutes past your tavern. Then you might get an idea of the things jammed in my spokes and swooshed between Casket and Kane's toes. I'll pass, and besides, stories from my patrons are much more enjoyable. Speaking of, how did the pearl hunt go? Honestly, it wasn't too eventful, but before I go on, I could do with one of your drinks, Innkeeper. Something to keep my mind clear of any irrelevant distractions or the journey back. Let me see what I can do. Yeah, I have to wonder if the innkeep is, like, stuck at the tavern. Like, kind of, there's some kind of spell or that they're stuck. Okay. That's something with the brain. Okay. Well, could go Sparkling Nebula has quite a bit. Let's go for that. There you go. Ha, little kid. Ooh, you're so shiny, Yondu. There you go. May this inspire boundless creativity. Just what I need. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Finally had a boundless supply of this drink while writing at my desk. Unfortunately, my establishment doesn't do deliveries. What a shame. But before you... Whoops, I clicked it to this. Wait, what did I say? But before you go, I actually have something else for you. Ah, and here I thought I had to need you for it again. What a pleasant surprise. My favorite kind. Here's a completely proofread manuscript, I hope. I'll certainly hope it's completed. Since my retrieval and your proofreading have been such a long time in the making, yes? Right. Long in the making. You should probably wash that red ink off your hands before it stains your mugs. Oh, right. I was editing my recipes all night. Crazy story, actually. For another time, that is. I see. I would say it's good to have these papers back in my hand. May I inquire, is that why you asked for them back now? I've decided to finally publish the book. What have I written about? It's very dear to my heart, and I'm happy to finally get to share my writing with the world. Minty, the author, has a nice ring to it. It'll be Mackenzie Catrone Pichon, actually. A very nice pen name. It was time I finally chose one. And something universal. So, at that. Procrastination is a curse of all of its own. Sure is. So, how about the pearls? Protection pearls, like I said. It wasn't too eventful. I had tea with the Banshee of the Lonesome Lagoon. She traded me the pearls for objects of her desire. Mostly, I promised her a signed copy of the book. Good for her. You know, I've been meaning to ask if I may. What do you need the pearls for exactly? I know you're often looking for them, but I never was quite sure why. Well, I'm sure you remember the curse I was bestowed with. That I did not know. Wait, you have a curse? I did not read your description. Minty. Oh, is she not actually on here? Oh no. I wonder who this last person is. No, Minty's not here. Oh, so I wouldn't know that. Yes, the cursed parasitic ring that amplifies your magic to a painful degree. Exactly. They cause quite a lot of issues for me and my body. Sometimes it feels like the magic is eating away at me, slowly feasting on my organs and nerves. It's tearing me apart from the inside out as it gradually takes my health and life. The protection pearls help me keep the mana in check. They bring it down to manageable levels. It helps the pain a lot. So you're saying you turn the pearls into a drink? Wonderful to see that you're still your first solution to everything. Yes, on occasion. Mostly I grind them into ink for my tattoos. They're very versatile, little beauties. I'm happy you could find some then. Now then, I think about it. Care to share? I'm sure they'd be great for my drinks. Not so fast. For most people, they just amplify mana to ridiculous and dangerous degrees. I do not want to be held responsible for the chaos your patrons could cause. However, maybe I can offer you something less extreme, but still energizing. Here. Cursed coffee. Cursed coffee. When you peer inside the steaming chalice, look at your own distorted reflection. Find the darkest swirling depths. The blankness will be all-consuming. A gloom so bitter you might think you see the souls of the damned swimming inside, but really, be looking at a strong cup of coffee, that's it. I cannot talk today. Huh. Is this your infamous coffee recipe? After all these years, you finally trust me with it? It's time. I think you can finally make it without poisoning someone. I'll do my best, thank you, Minty. Perhaps it would also help you keep your promises in time. Anyhow, I think we're due to take our leave. Need to make some ink? Something like that. Plus, I promised Casket and King we'd check if there was any primordial tennis balls got washed up by the flood. I might be able to make some moss balls. I didn't go outside, but what a perfect excuse to catch up with her. Is she around? More frequently recently, it's nice. A miracle she still comes around after you exercised her favorite bog body. We were young and inexperienced, it happens. That it does. It was lovely to see you again, Innkeeper. Likewise. Best of luck on your journey. Don't forget to send me a copy of that book. If you promise not to forget about its existence this time. I'll do my best. My very best. I know you will, my friend. I know you will. Oh, wow. I feel like the days are going by quicker now. Remnants. 27th of the astral moon. Cartilage. Oh! Jade, welcome back. Was your quest successful? When have I ever It failed. Well, you do look surprisingly unbloodied. Also, hello, Kumo. Kumo? Who's Kumo? That guy. New name, I'm guessing. No names here. Never had a name. Didn't even know what names are. I'm just let's go along with that. You're supposed to make me a drink. Then we can talk. Fair enough. What can I get you? I still got plans after this, but Onyx is pretty tired. So give me something that'll get her to keep up with my speed if I let her have a sip. Anything for Onyx. Okay. These are going by quicker now. Onyx, something. Wow, that quest is done rather quickly, so Swift Strike, I'm guessing. Okay, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I think that should help her. A drink for Onyx and you, but mostly Onyx. Not too bad, concerning to see you know me so well. Being a regular does have its perks. So, names? Let's start with the story first. You love those, right? You know it. I'll spare you the details of my journey to Borkum. Though, I didn't miss a chance to make some extra money along the way. My friend thought I was the right woman for their jobs. They helped me with the quest, too. Squeezed a good description of the renegade parents out of some red dune merchant who was in deep dispute with a blue-crowned elephant. I'd love to hear that story, actually. Not my problem. Asking a couple of pointed questions got me to the inn the deadbeats are staying at. Problem with people is, you can't exactly kill them in broad daylight. With monsters, you'd be thanked for doing so. But with people, you got to be patient. So I did what anyone would have done in my situation. I posed as a tour guide. And they believed you? Sure did. And Nico is right. Your drinks are great for pulling scams. Happy to hear that. I offered them a tour of the nearby Sea and led them to an area I knew was shunned by actual tour guides because of the unpredictable tides. Gave them a spiel about how the Battle of the Order of Starlight took place there, yada yada yada. Pretty soon their eyes were glued to some starfish playing in the mud. It was a perfect opportunity to get it over with quickly. Obviously I wasn't going to kill them then. They just needed a chance to run, but I had to scare them first. I raised my spear right above my head. I was about to go for a warning strike when I heard this zinking sound. I deflected a knife that was flung my way at the last second, and it shattered against the ground. And all three of us turned and saw his cloaked Echo reaching further than a knife. He had his hood pulled up, knives and daggers strapped all over his body. Even the air seemed to go dark around him, so Kumo came along like a real shadow bane. I trained under them. Impressive. Those deadbeats thought I was protecting them from him. Should have seen the look on their faces when I said I was there to kill them. I turned back, went to refocus on my warning strike when I was interrupted by a simple stop. It was in this deep, raspy, incredibly fake voice. It sounded like some sort of proper degenerate. Likely the two bumps thought we were fighting about who'd get to kill them. Their approach to such a situation was to immediately try and bribe us. I told them to shut up. They asked me what I wanted then, if it wasn't money or words. So I turned to our little Shadowbane and asked what he wanted. But he just stood there, quietly. Can't blame him. But he's a little scarier than your parents. So you helped him with the decision? Not exactly. I walked over to him and handed my spear. She said, "This is your choice. Make it." It felt like she was passing some of her courage on me. He stepped forward, my spear in his hand, and took off his hood. He was... I'll spare you the details. Oh, you look sad, Kumo. They recognized him, of course. But had the audacity to act surprised. Surprise is one way to put it. When they talked, they sounded so... like they thought I died. You could have. They left you. I wanted to say something. anything. Yell, tell them to get lost, scream at them for what they'd done to me, but all that came out was, I need to leave. Their silence went on for so long. Would have been longer if those tides hadn't come rushing in. You did kind of walk into that one. Kind of. Luckily I was quick. Got all of us all on top of some muddy rock that the waves couldn't reach. How long were you up there for? A couple of hours. Left us a lot of time to talk. Did you? Yes. A lot. For example, do you know the primordial flood was caused by the Pyre eruption? The Pyre? You mean the biggest volcano in all of Asteria? Nestled right in Leviathan's domain? Yeah, apparently it erupted and collapsed, covered all the primordial sea in ash, and set off a tsunami. It should not be doing that. No. Do you think some powerful magic was afoot? Probably not. What use is a giant tsunami to anyone? Maybe they wanted to be... what? Probably not. Are tsunamis and their causes all you and your parents talk about? No, mostly talked about the leaving thing. They said not a day went by where they didn't regret what they'd done. I asked them why they didn't come back then. They didn't have an answer for that. Mom said she was proud of my knife throwing skills, though. I never thought they apologized. They owned up to all of it, as awful as it was. I hadn't planned for that. They wanted to make up for everything and be a part of my life. They also said it was up to me and what I wanted. What do you want? A family. Is that stupid? No. No, it's not. So you forgave them? No, not yet. I have to see if they actually mean what they said first. I can't trust them right now. We don't really know each other anymore. Who knows if we'll get along. But they did say they wanted to get to know me, and I think I might like that too. They're just so different. It feels like I'm angry at people that don't exist anymore. What do I say here? You're still allowed to be angry. You should be careful. Well, they might not have changed, maybe, but I don't want to assume the worst of them. I don't want to be like that anymore, and I think they're willing to change, to try to at least. Plus, Jade threatened to decapitate them if they ever hurt me again. They stand no chance. None. Could I have a drink now too? Sure. Let's trade. Right. A joke? No, a name. I assume Jade didn't know that you was Kuma because your parents didn't call you that. Correct. What did they call you then? I'm not. I'll trade you my name. Just give the guy a drink. My first name? Those are quite precious to Mahaida, right? Very. But I'm not joking. I'll trade it. I'm listening. Alicia. Oh, beautiful name. I don't respond, but thank you. It's definitely better than mine. Yours fits you. It does not. If you say so. So, not Alicia. What would you like in exchange? Maybe something else stop me from choking on my words. In case I have to do more of this emotional thing. Definitely got something for that. Okay. Probably back to the spoken heart. Okay. And the sword. There you go. I know, Kuma always likes a sparkling heart. Here you are. Some fluid emotional vulnerability. It tastes a lot better than it sounds. Feels a lot better too. Maybe. I still need to call you something else though. If Kumo is out. It is. What have you got for me then? I don't. I'm running out of names. Jade, can I? Nope. Not a name. Fine. How about... Dave? You know what? Sure, I'll go with that. I'm proud of you, Dave. For everything you've gone through, for choosing what's right for you. Thank you. Do you need a hug? Me. Already gotten one from Jade. Speaking of me, I gotta go. Want to check in with Grace and her goons. See you around there, boy. See you around, Ulysses. What about you? Care to linger a little longer? I need some time to think all this over. Maybe even feel it, too. Is Fable back yet? No. I thought you maybe run into them on the way back. I didn't. So Melly isn't back yet either? No, I'm afraid not. Cool. Great. Guess I'll talk to Carolyn? Your parents? Maybe. Do you think they still love me? I don't know, but I hope they do. I hope they'll love you well. But I don't know. I do know that other people love you, and that if your parents fail to live up to what you deserve, you won't be loved any less. I'd like that. Sometimes I just think, even if my own parents could leave me, anyone can. Don't measure your worth by the actions of people that hurt you. Nothing good can come of that. I'm very thankful to have met you. Anyway, I'm also part of the night, or whatever, so I must go. Farewell. See you soon. Yeah, I definitely feel like these nights are going a lot faster. Not as many people talking to me in the day. Chaos Protocol. Melly! Oh my god. You're back! Oh my god, I'm so happy to see you. Innkeeper, surprise! Nice to see you're back. Is Fable with you? No? Should they be? They were looking for you. They weren't very good detective then. I'm happy to see you're well, Melly. Everyone was very worried about. I wonder if she was in the tower. Because these two just came out. What? Why? I'm great at taking care of myself. You are, but where have you been all this time? Investigating things obviously like the flood. My investigation led me to Moralia. Or more like, they did. Nico, Boy, and Hex, I followed them to Moralia. They were talking about mysteries and puzzles. I'm trying to solve a mystery, so I couldn't let this opportunity pass me by. You're lucky. People usually pay me a lot of money to spend time with me. Why? Because I'm, like, famous? But I didn't get there because of you. I was following clues. Okay. I stayed outside. My case isn't about a wizard. Not this time. Where's Hex anyway? You know, doing wizard things. Like studying? Yeah, it's giving depression, TBH. He immediately went to check out the spells we found. Though he seemed pretty disheartened. How come? Not sure. I guess he didn't find what he was looking for. Maybe because the world's greatest treasure was already traveling with him. What would that be? Never mind. He told us to keep an eye out for any time magic razzle-dazzle. But we found nothing. At least he managed to get inside and return safely. Yeah. The way there was easy peasy. We got there thanks to Nico pulled off a shape-shifting trick and pretending to be a merchant. Stole some guy's coat and face and used his reputation to secure us a boat ride to Moralia. Said I wanted to meet up with a real estate agent from the Magrocracy to buy the island. I told them to pick us up in a week or so, but by then we'd be gone, far gone. What happened once you reached the island? I'm quite intrigued. Before we tell you anything, I'd like a drink. Something goes down like honey and makes my poetry flow like a wild river. Nothing easier than that. Alright, let's see. What can I give you? Probably Spoken Heart. Spoken Heart it is. There we are. Perfect. Some honey for those vocal cords. Enjoy. That's what I'm talking about. Amazing. Can we move on to the story now? You got somewhere to be? Nah, but I'm getting bored. We got to Morelia, an island so small that it's basically the tower's wild backyard. As I walked between the crystalline roses, I expected to see a small passageway hiding behind every corner. I almost brought you back a rose. Why didn't you? Roses wouldn't fit me. I thought you wouldn't like it. I would have. Oh, okay, that's, moving on. The tower itself reached so high, I thought it might be reaching out to kiss the moon itself. It was really tilted at about a 5-degree angle. I measured it with my paws. The bricks are still wet. I'm sure the tsunami shook its foundation. Would think the waves would have done us a favor and knocked down the door, but nope. That locked door was the first challenge. Inigo's lockpicks broke. Seemed like a skill issue. Broke? Skill issue? Bro. The door ate my lockpicks. Ah, a door mimic. A classic first step to securing your establishment. We talk like you've seen one before. Have you ever tried opening a door when the inn's closed? No. If you do, don't use any lockpicks. And take care of your fingertips. So, how did you get inside? By charming it. Hexer got his spell book and couldn't get the arcane lock-unlock spell to work. And obviously, it wouldn't let us in just like that. So I decided to play the mimic a tune. Yeah, that was amazing, bro. Your fancy tunes are the goat. I was nervous. I never played in front of a mimic before, so I wasn't sure what their music or taste in music was. I decided to play something emotional. Something that would melt its metaphorical heart. A song of woe. Would have thought it literally melted. Yeah. I began playing the first tune, and the lock started weeping before I reached the chorus. Tears were streaming down its face. And as if it were very hard and made of acid, the door melted away. Afterwards, the lock lay in a puddle of wood, sobbing and thanking me for my performance. That's not a very sturdy lock. It just sounds very in touch with its emotions. We stepped over the door's remains into the tower. It was much taller and bigger on the inside. Like a pocket dimension. So freaking cool. Except a tower can't really fit in your pocket. Bet. Hex walked ahead. The guy was really distracted. He'd even listened to my poem about the symbiotic relationship between axe and door. For a long time we didn't encounter anything, just a long hallway, no doors, only a bunch of strange paintings. Of course, most hallways can't go on forever, so eventually we reached a staircase. After what felt like 5.5 minutes. Eternity. Meanwhile, I was outside investigating flora and fauna. Everything was very peculiar, like it was from another world. The colors are different, very blue and almost spectral. And there were a lot of spider webs, or yarn, not sure which. Suddenly, the ground shook and almost knocked me off my feet. Who could have guessed there were pressure plates on those stairs? I wasn't paying attention, I was too careless. One wrong step and a pressure plate triggered an explosion, and clonk, the whole staircase began crumbling down in a pit of nothingness. Bit by bit, starting from the bottom, I rushed upwards to safety, away from the weird wizard abyss. I stumbled, and if it hadn't been for Hex, I'd be mush. He grabbed my hand and pulled me up. But he really isn't that strong, so we almost tumbled down together instead. I figured I couldn't just leave them fall to their pathetic destiny. So I zoomed down to grab Hex by his collar and pulled both him and Boy back up. Thank you for saving us, Nico. No problem, Boy. Don't get used to it. Do you expect a trap like that? After all, a great wizard would want to protect their treasure. I guess we were a little distracted by all the gold hanging from the walls. The staircase ended up in a wondrous library that spiraled endlessly higher around the tower's inside walls. We lost Hex at the bottom, and the first... Excuse me. And the first rows of books. A lot of them were drenched. Didn't seem like the tower was waterproof. There was still primordial water dripping from somewhere above. We couldn't make out the ceiling. Tried to reach it though. The second story of the spiral staircase library had 3 paths leading away. Each path ended in a door, and all 3 doors were closed and marked with runes or paintings or rusty old locks. I got sucked into looking at the library's beautiful murals. Each of them depicted a different story. One of them was a mosaic of mirrors. That one was my favorite. Watching Hex look to the books was like reading a thriller. Almost every second book was rigged with a trap, but he figured out the pattern quickly. Something for Bonici, I don't know. But once I was able to prime myself in the murals, I started looking for spell things. I knew Hex was most interested in those, and you help when you can. I didn't. I mostly looked at the small treasures laying around. The wizard had this real cool staff with a chunk of a gemstone embedded at the top. I imagined the damage I could do with that. But I found something else that was really cool. Here, take a look. It's dope, right? What is this? A weather jar, duh. Well, what the weather is like another realm. I see, let me guess. Avalon? I knew you'd get it. Wait, the weather? Right there? I can't see it. I found some spell scrolls. One of them had golden roots on it. Hex liked that one, but he didn't love it, Then, nestled between a few red velvet armchairs, I found a glass case. It had a golden frame and a scroll placed inside, neatly in the middle. The scroll was floating and all that. I knew Hex was looking for more spells, so I called for him. As soon as I mentioned an oddly floating scroll, he came sprinting upwards, staring at the glass case. He already had another scroll tucked into his coat. Honestly, I was expecting him to be carrying half the library at that point. I guess that would have been too heavy for him. Of course, the stupid glass case was also a puzzle. Had no lock, no lid, no nothing. Just glass and gold frame. The scroll itself was glowing a promising blue. I suggested breaking the glass. Hex gave me the finest death glare. So he investigated the puzzle himself. But while they were doing boring side quests, I made sure to stock my pockets. Found a jewelry, silver paperweight shaped like a bird that'll make for a great blunt weapon. Hex was too scared to destroy the scroll by triggering another contraption. So he suggested we look around at the adjacent rooms. The riddle doors. Hex had only to look at them for a mere second before figuring them out. Apparently all those murals and runes were referencing a story hidden somewhere in the library. So he made a search for it. It was tricky. We didn't want to trigger the book traps after all. It was like the library knew what would tempt us the most. I kept seeing books about forgotten songs, rare instruments, and romantic poetry. I saw books about burglary and fraud. Even had to tuck you to the ground one time so you wouldn't blow us all up. Who could resist a good scheme? It was kind of exciting seeing Hex hop down and Hex hop up and down the stairs looking for the right books. First password was password. The second password was password past the password. And the third one was password past the password password. Jeez. It's like a tongue twister. You wish, but no. It was 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy to crack. Good for you. The first room was an alchemy lab full of apparatuses that I'd never seen before. Most of the liquids had gone dry, but Hex insisted on taking whatever was left along with us anyways. Wouldn't let us taste any, though. The nerd was more interested in the study hidden behind the second door. He was really determined to crack all the old wizard mysteries. We helped where we could, but listen, I only have like 3 brain cells. The soundscape of the tower was kind of depressing. Silence broken by the dripping of the water and creaking of the old wood. So I sweetened it with a song. It was very easy to get in the flow with the bomb music, voyo. Thank you. Hex didn't find a key to the glass case, but at least he found a blueprint showing how it was built. Maybe he could find out how to open it using it. That'd be nice. He's pretty beaten up by everything, though. Yeah, couldn't find what he was looking for. Not even in the third room? No. That was a gym. Didn't know wizards worked out. Maybe it was just a distraction from the hidden vault. Hidden vault? Anything good in there? Oh yeah, more than your arms. Our arms could carry. A bunch of artifacts, most of them probably cursed, which makes them even cooler. But Innkeep, you don't even know what the funniest part is yet. Enlighten me. The whole time there was a spare key to the tower under the doormat. The oldest habit of all time, and we didn't even think about checking for it. I did, but I wanted them to find it for themselves. When I left the tower, I was at the beach with Jade. She had arrived a while ago to pick us up, and I was teaching Onyx new tricks. She helped us heave all the loot onto our boat. We couldn't take everything with us, so we decided to head back there again another day. There was one thing that doesn't make sense in this equation, though. That would be, Inigo, Voy, and Hex traveled alone, well, except for me, their stowaway. Yet, I found a fresh set of footprints by the coast, before JD ever arrived. Like there was a 5th person on the island. Maybe someone was there just shortly before us. We didn't even notice it, lol. Just like we didn't notice Melina. I'm sorry for staying hidden so long. Don't apologize, I think it just proved your skills as a detective. We got a lot to learn from you. What a story. I can't wait to share it with Archie. I'll be on my way now. Gotta check up on Hex and make sure he doesn't accidentally take a book mimic home. You coming with Nico? Sure thing. So long, Innkeep. Goodbye, Innkeeper. Don't miss me too much. I'll try not to. Ah, so you're gonna stick with me, Mel? Oh, so that was the weather. That's just you and me, Innkeeper. Indeed. I'm glad you're back. You're making it sound like I was lost or kidnapped. I was just investigating. Without telling anyone? I don't need to tell anyone where I'm going. People care about you, Melanie. They get worried if they don't know where you are. Oh, I'm not used to that. But I care about people, too, like you. That's good to hear. Hey, Dave. Melly. Hey, Aura. Hi, Dave. Oh, that name is so outdated. You're back. Hey, did you miss me? Did I was very worried. What? You called me Melly. What about it? You never done that before. I'm sure I have. You even said you never call me Melly. I'm just glad you're back. Welcome back to my tavern, Dave. That's a cute one. Yeah, I got it on my latest quest. Dave, you made a good choice. I also went on a quest. Well, at first I wanted to find the moon swamps. You know, the mysterious magical swampy that is said to be magically hidden and only appears in foggy but starry nights. I heard there's somewhere in the moon swamp, near the portal to the Twilight Castle. And did you find anything? No, I did find some weird wave markers made of bones that seemed to lead somewhere. They said they had "Do Not Touch" written on them, and the paint ever seemed fresh. So it looks like it was the perfect clue. But then suddenly there were just gallons of water everywhere. Luckily, I got away quickly, and since I was already there. If Fasoa's best detective, it was my duty to discover the flood's origins. Well, at first I was more of a stowaway than a detective, and I also couldn't figure out what. Don't storm off like that ever again. You understand? I was so worried and no one knew about your whereabouts. Now. Oh. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have yelled at you like that. It's just... I haven't cared about anyone in so long. And with you and Fable both suddenly gone, I didn't know what to do. I thought you didn't care. After you went away, even though I asked you to be more careful, I thought maybe you didn't want to be my trusty assistant after all. So I went to investigate alone. I'm sorry for leaving. It's alright. I'm used to people leaving and I'm not coming back. I do care, Melly. I'm kind of new to this whole honesty thing. I'm kind of new to this whole empathy thing. Yeah, I figured. If you'd like, I could fix you up a drink to help you find your words again. Don't know if I can think of a joke in exchange for a drink right now. It's on me today. You've got enough to worry about. Now let me see what I can do for you. Probably spoken heart. Ow. Okay. There we go. Alright. Enjoy your magical liquid eloquence. It doesn't taste half bad. This might actually help. So, your quest. Jade said you were stranded on Morlia? Yeah, I followed the 3 very suspicious looking fellows and somewhere ended up on the island. Why do I always run into wizards and magic when I'm out on adventures? And traps! Magical traps everywhere! Sounds very dangerous. A detective always seeking thrills. I'll make sure to be more careful, I promise. It's not about that. I know you know how to take care of yourself. Otherwise, you wouldn't have solved the T-Rex case. But don't keep putting your own life at risk in exchange for a quick adventure. Luckily, nothing major happened this time. It's all could have ended up very differently. I don't... All I'm saying is, don't disappear again. Please. You're not alone anymore. You don't have to do everything by yourself. Like, you're the one to talk. I mean... I don't know. It's kind of hard, but I feel like Melly disappeared, but Dave didn't. You know, they're guilty themselves. Both of you are. But you two have made a lot of progress already. And I'm glad both of you made it back safely. Heard anything from Fable yet? No, not yet. What about Carolyn? Excuse me. She came back after the flood. Currently, she's investigating some intense sightings in the Pale Woods. You know when she'll be back? No, but the two of you can wait here for her if you want. Yes, please. I want to stay until Carolyn gets back. Alright, I'll keep you company. How about I spice up your wait with another drink? I'll pass. What about you, Melly? Oh, I'd like one too. Please, of course. Do you want anything specific? The whole adventure is pretty exhausting. Maybe something to combat my mental tiredness? And I could use that right now. Nothing easier than that. I need a drink for my mental tiredness. I keep tripping up on my words. I kind of want to do the cursed coffee, but nah, not this time. We could just do sparkling nebula or sunny breeze or silent owl. I'll do sparkling nebula. Okay. And then the crown. Hopefully that helps. There you go. See if this will wake you up again. Oh, thank you. This is delicious. I can feel my synapses connecting. You know, now that I have some time to think about it, I think I figured out why Hex was so bummed out about the loot. Care to share about your insight with us? But of course. He has a younger sister, right? What Joy struck me as odd. She looks so much older than him. So what if she just ages faster than he does? As he expected, to find some very special loot in that wizard tower. He didn't find it. So what if he was looking for something to extend her life? Like a scroll of immortality. What a foolish idea. Hey! Not you, Hex. Even if it's tempting, there are powers that no one should interfere with. I agree. What if she turns into a zombie? I've had enough of them. Definitely. We should tell him when we see him. And maybe we should tell Caroline when she returns. She seems to be experienced in dealing with the undead. You think it'll be a long time before she gets back? I don't know. Could be soon, but it also could take a few more days. You've had a long day. Aren't you tired, Melly? No! I'm not tired at all. Let's wait for a bit longer. Maybe she'll show up and fable with her. Sounds good. Did she fall asleep? Yeah. Maybe I should bring her home and wrap this up for tonight. That's a good idea. She should get some rest as well. I'll let you know if I hear anything about Carolyn or Fable. Alright, there's not much for me to do otherwise. Except care for Melly. She needs you. Yeah, I think you might be right. Good night, Dave. You know. Forget about it. See ya. Okay, while today's transition, I'm just gonna take a break real quick. I'll be right back, everybody. I'm back and I returned to see Disaster, Tea, and Revelations. Looks like it's the name of the month as well. Ah, yes, you too. I haven't seen you in a long time. Welcome back. It's good to see you both again. Hold your enthusiasm, innkeeper. We bring tales of disaster. I do not mind a little disaster in my tales, after all. You tell them so well. She really does. As you do, Clay. Thank you. I hope my stories are as good as your drinks. They are to me. Speaking of which, can I offer you a drink in exchange for a little insight in your disaster? That'd be great. Something that feels strong and magic-y, right? You remembered. Yes, that one, please. Coming right up. Magic-y. Okay. Let's see. Probably just the Southern Brawler again. Go. There you are, good sir. Something tasty and strong, but hopefully not disastrous. Very tasty, very strong. You really got the best drinks around. Happy to hear that, Clay. Tia, you're bursting at the seams. How were the archives? Fun! Were they? Mayhaps. The bleak stalkers were... bleak? Cute. Cute? Very cute. Jade told us where to find the entrance to the archives. But when we got there, we found it surrounded by bleak stalkers. They were quite numerous. And so shaped. I decided to ask him if he could let us through. And I thought he might need some help with that. So I called on your honey flowers and extended my divine light to him. It made him glow softly, and they all flocked to him like moths to a gentle flame. Hello. Do you know they have velvet wings that get folded into their bodies? I didn't. That's fascinating. They were cuddly and showed off their crawling skills in exchange for carrots. Well, one of the magical drinks, yeah, of course. They never had any tours before, and at first they thought it involved eating people. Which magic drink would you have? I might have acted a bit standoffish while trying to correct the misconceptions. Clay was able to convey the message much better. He was very good at explaining things. I think he really understands people. And that helps him meet where they're at. Well, I mean, there's a lot of drinks. There's the cursed coffee I just got. It gives you more strength and looks like some mind or brain. So at least to help like your magic, I guess, in a way. Or silent owl. Kind of the same thing. The silent owl, you make the night your own. It's accented. Something to make you smarter. Well, probably a sparkling nebula. Or the silent owl. Those would be the best. This one gives you like, let's see, where was it? Swift strike? Oh yeah, it just gives you a bunch of like, dexterity. Take them all, huh? Gonna have to give me some ingredients for all of them. I try to. Everything has their own way of understanding things. I think that's beautiful. I envy your empathetic approach to life, Clay. Thank you, but you've got your own strengths. Like how your master strategy, jeez, or how you're so good at making people feel safe. I suppose we would make a great team. The best, I might say. We make a great team with the Bleak Stalkers, too. The leaders are right inside the archives, which were huge. Large parts of the Everbloom had collapsed, but even the explorable sections were unbelievably spacious. We had no time for a proper tour, unfortunately. We had to make it back in time for the barbecue effort. Oh, right. There's a barbecue. Forgot about that. That meant we'd had to be efficient during our search. Though we did take a break to admire the artist's hall, the creatures excitedly led us, too. We found abandoned pottery equipment that distracted us a little too much. Using more time than was perhaps appropriate, we molded tiny versions of the little critters as a gift to them. They loved them! Afterwards, we split up to cover more ground. Each of us was guided by a group of Bleak Stalkers. A dangerous choice. That's when the monsters got you. That's what Clay said. So I enchanted the friendship bracelets. That way, they would always sense in which direction the other person was located. So neither of us would get lost. It was so smart. Well, there's no such thing as a white Russian there. And I don't even know what that is, to be honest. It was very useful. I see you kept yours. Kept yours on. Oh, they have matching bracelets. They're different colors, but that's cute. I did. They really helped with navigating around the archives, too. It was a beautiful place, you know. I mean, everything overgrown with vines or withered or full of termites. But we could still tell how much care has gone into building it. Some of the tree branches still had leaves on them. Yeah, the only drinks I have available are all these. The Cursed Coffee, the Silent Owl, Steel Tonic, Peak Sunrise, First Snow, Thousand Winds, Sail's Courage, or Sunny Breeze, Frosty Lagoon, Swift Strike, Spoken Heart, Southern Brawler, or Sparkling Nebula. Those are the only ones I have. Some of the tree branches still had leaves on them. And I saw a couple of stubborn lotus daisies trying to break through around the rocks. I taught the Bleak Stalkers how to water them. They loved drinking out of the watering can, but they also enjoyed sharing their water with the lotus daisies. Hopefully they grow stronger again soon. What a shame all the effort that went into building the archives was for nothing. But it wasn't. It meant something to someone else. I could even feel all that love in it, even during our visit. It'll even bloom again. It's called the Everbloom, right? Like forever? I wonder who named it. We should go back sometime and see if we can find any information about the archivists. I bet they knew some great drinking games. Perhaps you should honor their contributions by studying the knowledge they left behind. Why not both? They should be people first, symbols second. Oh, yes. I guess both would work. Good idea, Clay. What else did you find in the archives besides friends and the beauty and horrors of time, I mean? I got a little distracted when I asked our new friends to point me towards the cooking section. It was so vast. I found so many new bread recipes I can't wait to try out. I also found something for you. Oh, for me? Yes, a recipe from a book on mixology. First I thought about taking the whole thing along, but it was a giant tome and the Bleak Stalkers were so attached to it. So I ripped out the page that looked most interesting. I thought it would fit your repertoire. Oh, Last Whisper. Oh, the Last Whisper stealths itself into your heart. It provides a boost to strength and speed. Has a tough, it's somewhat bitter aftertaste that will awaken your senses. Sometimes all you need is the right balance between elegance and brute force, and the correct translation of an ancient recipe. Ah. As for me, I asked them to lead me towards dangerous knowledge, and soon found myself in a hidden study. The Bleak Stalkers didn't want to go inside, like they were scared of its contents. So I rewarded them with some treats and ventured inside alone. It was a complete mess, full of scripture scrolls and written ramblings that would be forbidden these days. A little exciting and worrying, the papers I was able to translate spoke of the apocalypse, of the end of it all. There was research on the roots of the ether tree and how to unbind them written with shaking hands and fading ink. Was this more the scholarly or mad scientist type research? Hard to tell. The lines tend to blur with blasphemy. Do you know a lot about the ether tree? Because Tia gave me a whole presentation about it. I wouldn't mind a refresher. It's a giant tree. Good start. A world tree. That means our world rests on it. Around it? Somewhere? Oh, like Yggdrasil, kind of like the world tree. Or the main tree in Nordic mythology. Must be something similar. In it, mostly. Depends on who you ask. The dragons guard the tree because they created it, maybe, but definitely because they cared for us. And since we live in it, it should keep existing as it does now, because no one wants their house to crumble. A lot of people will get hurt if something happened to everyone's home. Clay, what do you have to say? Let's see if they're budding faith in but they come a long way. Oh wow, these are kind of actually getting full now. Huh. Let's see, swashbuckler. Their experiences must undergo, or she realized this. Oh wow. Huh. Yeah, all these entries. There's one person I haven't met though yet. I wonder who that is. Learn by and can talk to plants. There's still more about Uno when you're learning clay. Huh. Not too many more entries on them. Oh, not much known about her though. Haven't seen Kyle for a while. Wow, his name is quite long. That's true, but luckily for us, damaging the ether tree is impossible. It's larger than we imagined. To us, it is really more of a concept than a tree. And the dragons defend it despite their oath of neutrality. There's no easy foes. There's one way. The sigils of Alcahest. The what now? The sigils of Alcahest. They're the key to destroying the ether tree, according to the scrolls. I studied on their archives candlelight. Are they some sort of spell? More of a manual to self-fulfilling prophecy. A way of breaking the cosmos in accordance with its own rules. For the tree to crumble, its foundation must be fractured. The 5 sigils of Alcahest represent the 5 dragons, each of which must be damaged to topple our world balance. Only then our cosmos will shape itself. The scrolls speak of experience for creating sigil on successful experiments. That's reassuring. Not quite. They were only unsuccessful back then. Next to the notes of old, I found others written on cleaner, newer parchment with unfaded ink. Most of it was incomprehensible, written in languages that I'd never seen before. But various sketches of whales caught my eye, as did altered frostbite scrolls. That sounds unsettlingly familiar. I fear that the starfall broke a sigil. By ripping holes in Cassiopeia's wings, it destabilized her flight. If she damaged any further, time could be sent into disarray. Meanwhile, the tsunami, like I heard, didn't just plague the archives. The wave broke through the barriers between the primordial sea and the twilight chasm in ways never seen before. So that's 2 broken sigils. Ew, that's not good. What an incredible understatement. To witness one such sigil fracture would be anxiety-inducing enough. Knowing it has happened too will keep me up for many nights. It's not 2, it's 3. 3? Alongside the notes, I found an old map with fresh markings. All the names were outdated, but the intentions were clear, marked with the 5 interplanar portals. 30 years ago, their sudden appearance tore fissures into Gaia. I believe they were the first sigil. Ew. Bad, right? Very. Who could have done this, I don't know, and why of all things. If the ether tree collapsed or even shifted from its perfect balance, the destruction would end us all. Who would want that? No one thing rationally, that's for sure. They might have a good reason for it. Maybe we could talk them out of it. I doubt it. Me too. Whoever it may be that's causing it, they only have 2 sigils left. Would be quite bad, right? Didn't they say that waking the Elder Dragon would start the apocalypse? They do. I feel like there's way too many ways to start the apocalypse. Maybe they're all connected, and waking will break the last sigil. Although, I'd like to think breaking all the sigils is indeed impossible. Because it's impossible to reach Tuat in the spirit realm, correct? It's not exactly impossible. One can make it to the spirit dragon via the astral sea at the dawn of the dying moon. That's in 5 days, right? Yes, but no worry not. To reach a specific location within the astral realm, very specific rituals are necessary. And Gaia's portal to Cassiopeia is indispensable. Said portal is located in and safely protected by the Aperture, the stronghold of the Order of Starlight. Its rituals must be performed with outstanding accuracy to withstand the treacherous astral currents. Only the high-ranking members of the Order are privy to this knowledge. And I guarantee you all of us would rather die than aid in the destruction of the world. If the rest of them are half as stubborn as you are, I think we're well protected. Exactly. That's good then. Oh, let's see what we have here. So legend has it. Okay. What's bad is that we don't know who's behind this. Oh, why by the dragons and endless horror horizon? Anyone would desire something so vile. I can sense your next quest. But can I offer you a drink first? Your throat must be dry from all that exposition. I wouldn't say no to a drink. Perhaps something that will keep my mind intact. Defend from lunacy. I feel like I'm going mad. Say no more. Okay. Something for defending. Cross the lagoon. Okay. I might need to put in one of those. Oh yeah, actually that works fine. A delicious defense against the absurdity of evil plots. Thank you. This makes me feel a little less conspiratorial. I needed a breather. You know what else would make for a great breather? Fable's barbecue? Speaking of Fable, you're right. That'd be quite pleasant right now. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I don't think the barbecue's happening today. Haiba hasn't returned from their quest yet. Oh. What quest are they on? Finding Melina. We saw Melly on the way here. Perhaps they found another quest while out there. Heroism can be infectious like that. In keep, what kind of drink did you mix them? I didn't make them anything. None. Maybe we should go look for them. Maybe so. Please do. No one has seen them in days. And the last thing I said to them, I'd hate for those words to stay the last. Please help me find them. Of course. I'm sure they could slay mighty monsters out, but some extra hands couldn't hurt. But you'll have to deliver your apologies yourself. Well, of course. I don't expect you guys. I'll slay the beast when it comes to that. Very well. But first, we must solve our urgent sigil problem. I feel like we're just missing one piece. Kyle! A piece of what? Cake? I'd like to order my usual cake, innkeeper. I don't deserve cake, never have. Oh, maybe you should. Another delicious delicacy would be also still no blood. Oh, of the sorrow I feel almost equals the grief I felt after the vampire glitter competition of 1389. Oh, I had run out of glitter. I could serve you one of my usual drinks to alleviate some of that heartache. That would be splendid. I'd like something to enhance my immortal strength. No shopping bag shall hold me back today. I'll see what I can do. Okay. Something for strength. Well, I can give you the Southern Brawler, or I can give you this. Yeah, I'll give you the Southern Brawler. That one sounds appropriate. Okay. A little bit of this. A little bit of that. That should do it. Here we go. There you are, my friend. Here. With the strength of a raging fire. Thank you, Darien Keeper. My blood is boiling with euphoria. Any particular reason for your shopping trip? A very particular one, dear innkeeper. It is a matter of life and death. I must head out to purchase this wondrous substance known as comfort food immediately. Do you know what comfort food is? I haven't the slightest idea. But it's rumored to restore you mortals back to full health. I'm afraid Rhea will perish should she not receive it. That sounds serious. Is she fallen ill? A fatal case of something she called being in the zone. I assume it's highly dangerous. She refused to move away from her drawing board for over a year. Oh, year now. Okay. She even threw me out of the room upstairs when I offered her a blood pellet snack. How will her body handle another year without food? It hasn't been a year, Kyle. I have some good news for you. Rhea has been sketching for you. You guys checked in yesterday. Oh, how fortunate. And as for your legendary item, you should ask her about it. Generally, everyone has a different idea of what they consider comfort food. How wondrous. Though something tells me you should give her some time before you go back upstairs to ask. Why? Well, intuition. Her patience is on cooldown. I don't think Rhea is cold. Her moves are very It doesn't understand. On anything, I think she's a very warm person. Right. Though I suppose she seemed a bit cold when I offered her blood. Let's give her some time to warm up again. Very well. I shall remain for a while. And once I have acquired the correct comfort food, I shall make my friends eat every last bite. My friend. Like a vampiric hen to her vampiric chick. I didn't know there were vampiric chickens. There aren't. Do you know that for certain? Yes. I could have sworn the ones on my family estate had fangs. Chickens can't develop teeth. And here I thought we were comrades in blood hunger. Chickens are still very fascinating all on their own. Do you know that they have very colorful dreams? Oh, that's nice. I once helped a wild hen with her dream journal. I'll introduce you to sometimes. My favorite thing about chickens is that they purr when they're happy. They purr. Chickens purr? I don't think that's right. I don't even know, to be honest. I'm kind of curious. Do chickens purr? I'm going to take a look at this. Do chickens purr? Oh, they can purr. Huh. And chickens are cozy, happy and cozy and safe. They will close their eyes and purr softly. Well, that's a new thing to learn. Okay, with charming creatures. The more I learn, the more they remind me of vampires. So simple, sweet, and ferocious, yet their origin harbors one of the greatest mysteries of life. What came first, the chicken or the egg? The egg. I don't really know how to answer that. I guess I'll just say the egg. Lithia didn't look kind, or Tia doesn't look thrilled about that. Not going to weigh in? I am interested withdrawing myself from this conversation. But unlike this unsolved mystery, I do know how vampires are created. Would you mind elaborating? Weren't you intellectually withdrawing? As a cleric of Cassiopeia, humility is a lifelong objective that I strive towards. As such, I must admit when I need to concede words spoken in haste. Which would be now, I suppose. Please, Kyle, if you wouldn't mind expanding on what you just said. Certainly. It must have been over 5 centuries ago when a scholar stole some of the immortal blood of the dragons. The scholar offered it to Queen Annabeth, who became the vampire's monarch. I haven't heard of Queen Annabeth. I think that was just a plot of a really challenging board game, Kyle. Oh, you're right. So then, Mike was real after all? Mike? Yes, still coming back to me now. The first vampire that walked this world was the infamous Mikhail. But most of them call him Mike. He had a very close connection to the spirit dragon in his domain. Eventually, Mike struck a deal with Twat. In exchange for guarding the dragon's realm, he would get to live forever. But that didn't work out, I guess. Old Mike didn't read the fine print. The spirit dragon turned out to be a trickster. Twat turned him into a new form of undead creature, invulnerable to age and disease, but still weak to the blade. Blood was the only thing he could stomach to consume. With time, even sunlight became intolerable. Mike was no longer welcome among the living, but the dead didn't want him either. And that's how the first vampire was created. Fascinating. There's so little known about the spirit dragon and his realm. Kyle, just how do you possess knowledge that's considered ancient by today's standards? What knowledge? The knowledge you just told us about. Oh, I stumbled upon a grimoire I bought the other day at the local bookstore. No, that was a vampire romance book Lynn recommended. Try again. But of course, dear Evelyn was such a history fanatic. How could I not pick up a few stories? That was one of her favorites. I still dream about her deathly beautiful countenance as she narrated tales until the intruders stopped screaming. She always told the story of her progenitor, Mike, so softly. She would cradle a vial of his blood and her tone would turn so reverent. A secret to share just with me, she would say. Uh-oh. I didn't mean to break the last oath between us as well. I'm sure we can help you keep the secret, right? A secret between new friends. If secrecy is how we can repay you for sharing some stuff, then so be it. Since you seem to be very close to her, I wanted to let you know. We traveled past Marrowbridge on our way back. It looked awfully damaged. The destruction looked so fresh. If only we had passed by earlier. Clay even spotted a heavily armored silhouette a short distance away from what remained of the castle walls. We hurried over as quickly as possible, but the shadow was gone by the time we got there. As it was, only rubble remained. Was my dear Evelyn unharmed? We don't know. The castle looked abandoned, like a ruin. My Evelyn. What horrid fiend could have inflicted such damage? She must have fought back fiercely. May her opponents suffer twice the damage they inflicted upon her. What I wouldn't give to know her safe. I think I need to go ask Gray about her comfort food. Let's see, what new information do we have on Kyle? Oh, okay. Let's give him some time to come with terms with what he just learned. Dun, dun, dun. Lynn! Burnt out. Greetings, brave adventurers. What was that noise? That's his spine. Indeed. Oh. Are you all right? Worry not, friend. 'Tis but a scratch. So, about my drink order. I don't see how about telling me what's going on first. And return to a proper order of conversation. Apologies, friend. I might have jumped the crossbow there. Let us recount our tale properly, Dame Carolyn. Don't think there's much to tell, honestly. You look exhausted. Are you wanting some rest, then? No. Just wanting a drink. That can be arranged. Something to... to regain my strength. A good one might net you a story. No pressure, Lynn. Alright. Something... okay. Yeah, let's give you some sailor's courage. Let's see if I can make this again. Maybe I can put this in here. Okay. A little bit of this. A little bit of this. And a little bit of this. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, this one always gets me. Why is this one a bit harder for me? That works, right? Yeah, we'll just do that. A great dink for a great story. Aren't you lucky? I like to think luck has nothing to do with it. Perhaps not. I may have something else to cheer you up. Oh, Melly's back. Oh! Relieved? Like a great sword's been lifted off my shoulders. Is she alright? Let's see. What does it say for Lynn? Would have thought, but I surely found a new family. Eventually, seems like the woman was not lonely after all. Definitely inside that lives up to her Baba's heritage, even if she herself doesn't see it. Is she alright? Yes, though you might prefer to see for yourself. She and Dave left me their address to give to you. Who? You know them. Right, got it. Only one person would fit such an uninspired name. They better have apologized to Melly or else. You have to find out the details for yourself. Just don't keep them waiting for too long. Don't need to tell me that. Fable isn't back then yet. No. Sure, taking their time. Feel like looking for them yet? No, they're capable. Just my patience is starting to wear thin. You had some to begin with? You're pretty chatty for someone within great sword distance. Right. Can I interest you in one of my drinks as well, Scully? With an offer like that, my friend, how can a skeleton say no? Perhaps something to enhance my aura. I would like to do the proclamation of the tale proper justice. Alright, what would you like, Skelly? Something. Oh, okay. Thousand winds. We can do sunny breeze. Or we could do. Yeah, we'll do spoken heart. Pretty much memorized that one because I made it for Dave so much. A little bit more of this. There we go. Please enjoy. Oh my. They say manners maketh men, but this drink alone has invigorated me plenty. I can almost feel the warmth of flesh on my bones again. A pleasure to be of service. Seem awfully eager to talk about this. And you're not? Was it no help in alleviating that accursed boredom? It was eventful, alright, just lacking a sense of accomplishment, I guess. But no continuous pity party. Let's start telling a story I know you're itching for. Much obliged. We started by making our way westwards, though our progress was slow. Any complications? Yes, quite a few. Before embarking on this journey, I was woefully ignorant about the plight of the Vasoian farmers. The less than ideal weather conditions, the flood that ruined a lot of crops, and now this pesky undead problem. I was stricken with empathy for their struggle. The least we could have done was offered up our means of transportation for any soul looking for a better life further north. So we switched carriages 3 times. By the third time we had gotten so far, of course, it took us a whole day to get us back on track, on foot. Once our hike was over, we did get to spend a wonderful evening with Dame Carolyn's cousin, Lady Danica. That was nice, I guess. The cousin with the undead snail problem, yes? Did you manage to liven up that garden for her? Sure did. Just had to set out some cabbage to lead him somewhere we wouldn't be damaging any crops. And they were vanquished with just one magnificent blessed strike. Truly a sight to behold. It was some undead snails, no need to have gotten so excited. To match the excitement, Lady Danica served us some positively delightful cups of tea. Better than accompanying finger sandwiches with such new facts I've gleaned from observing the snails. Even lacking souls, they still displayed some pack behavior. They acted nothing like real animals, of course, but somehow I was struck with empathy for their plight. To unconsciously seek out a manner of instinctual action, and despite the lack of anything to grant them a conscious objective. Is there a more transparent yearning for purpose than that? My apologies. It appears what they say about old age is true. You can't help but philosophize. And you can help but relate. In a way. One can't help but wonder whenever a choice I make is truly my own, just a post-mortem reflex of these old bones. Perhaps even my thirst for knowledge. And yet, your enjoyment of it seems genuine. Truly, Innkeeper, you have a way with words. Just lots of experience. Though that may be, but my worries seem rather foolish now. I count myself as quite fortuitous that despite all that my memory lacks, I can delight in learning it all again. Does it really matter where such an urge comes from? Anyhow, my apologies, Dame Carolyn. I completely derailed our epic tale. Allow me to make up for it by continuing post-haste. We departed after that lovely cup of tea and finally headed for the Pale Woods. Lady Danica provided us with a cart and a trusty steed, a cow with the most lovely temperament. Her name's Lysilloette. I don't know how to say that properly. Our host also gifted us this delightfully lucky charm, so no evil would hurt us or Lysilloette on our way. But now that our little adventure is over, we thought we'd give it to you instead. Some extra luck never hurts. Ooh, what you got? That's the adorable little fellow. Wait, what? Where? I give it. Eh? Wait, where is he? God, do you like it? Must be over there. I can't see it. I apologize. I derailed again. Where was I? Ah, our journey. I made sure to greet the gentleman that passed us on our way to the woods. What magnificent shadow armor he was wearing. Something about it felt oddly familiar. Perhaps it was only my only hope that we would look just as gallant after our quest. Lysilloette valiantly took us to the edge of the forest, where maliciousness permitted the very air we breathed. What he meant is, it had stunk real bad. We left Lysilloette there. Sparing her the stench seemed like the right thing to do. And forth we ventured. Didn't take a long time to find what we were looking for. The place was crawling with them, which also explained the terrible smell. For some reason, the miasma didn't seem to bother me much. Most respectfully, you don't have a nose. Oh, of course. Anyways, there was a veritable horde before us, an army of undead creatures, shambling their way through the forest. One gnawed tree at a time. They were awfully interested in these trees, it's true. At that point, I was ready to start decimating their numbers. And I would have done so if Scully hadn't held me back, just as I was about to unsheath my sword. I was keen to observe them for a moment longer. The undead creature was displaying similar patterns to those snails. They weren't just stumbling around senselessly. They seemed to be following a pack leader. Maybe there was a non-violent solution left at hand after all. I convinced Dame Carolyn to hold off on the violence just a bit longer. I was still working on the best point from which to attack them. Couldn't hurt to try out Scully's idea first. Except it did hurt. Yeah. While Dame Carolyn remained hidden in the shadows of the thicket. I walked up to the leader, another skeleton, making sure I displayed an open and respectful disposition. I suppose they were not open and respectful in return. Nope. Before I could even react, the skeleton had bitten down on Scully's arm. Agony! Without putting much thought, I threw one of my knives. Sorry, I only realized that the knife I threw was one I accidentally taken from here. How did what accidentally was it? Yes, a mistake. Honest. Spit it out already. I'll place it or pay you back, or... Don't worry, I'm just joking. If I can't be too safe, I'm glad you accidentally took it. Thankfully, your drink did its job wonderfully as well. The teeth were unable to leave even a scratch on me. Dame Carolyn was as fast as the wind as she got me away from the hungry undead. And so fierce battle began with ease. Dame Carolyn took out several of them at once. Would have been easier if I hadn't had to carry you. My apologies, I was still mourning the breakdown in communication. But I got back on my feet eventually. Before long, we were both battling off swarms of the undead. They seemed endless. For every undead creature defeated, two would take their place, dragging the battle on. If I know one thing about fighting, is that you need to watch your stamina. We wouldn't have lasted long, but our enemies could. One of them cleaved me straight in half. I was lucky Dame Carolyn caught my upper body. But I fairly certainly mixed up the order of some of the thoracic vertebrae when we put me back together. Still being held in her arms put me in the perfect position for a strategy meeting. I thought back to how we dealt with those snails. I felt like I needed to maximize the impact of my blessed strikes and fell them all with just one. So we baited him and ran, leading him to a nearby clearing. My separated legs rounded up the ones that didn't fall for the first baiting. And once at the clearing, I reunited with myself, luring them all towards the center. As all of the undead creatures gathered around my two halves, the sky cleared up. And like a crash of thunder, the sound of Dame Carolyn descending from the sky or tree was all that I could be heard. For a moment, my eye holes were completely blinded by the radiance of that blessed strike. You're exaggerating. I like it. Sounds very heroic. It was. Don't think it counts when what I did was essentially pointless. Did that strike not land? It did. When the strike hit home, I realized most of the creatures could be resurrected again at any point. It was a shame truly, even though we fought so valiantly. Oh, but we did get something else as well, Gamekeeper. Right. Here. Some ingredients? The trees look really chewed on and dead, but the berries seemed like they were thriving. They were the ones Elfie was going on about. Not like they here to appreciate him now, so I guess you could have them. Just set some aside to make Fable a drink when they're back. Sounds fair. Ghost berries. Ghost berries are an ancient solution and only grow deep in the moon swamp for a few months every year. Safe to eat, but rather sour to taste. Oh, just 2 more ingredients. It was very kind of you to bring me them back for your friend. Yeah. I still wonder what all those dead creatures are doing there. No idea. Hunger? Though it did look like they were going somewhere. Seemed to be heading north. Maybe they were searching for more trees. The Pale Woods is one of the largest forests in Fosoa. No, I don't see a reason for them to leave the area before it was barren. Unless they were ordered to. Don't they typically come with a necromancer attached? Oh my, they do, and you don't suppose the gentleman we encountered outside the woods could have been that very necromancer. I don't think armors were armor like what you described. Just realized where they could be heading. It's true there aren't many woods around here that compare to the pale woods. That giant root in the kappa must look pretty good to some tree-obsessed undead. Oh, the innkeeper swore as well. Indeed. Just to clarify, I believe hordes of undead creatures are marching towards the capital. Well, towards the roots would be my guess. I see. They're heading towards Themis to gnaw the divine roots, as if you fell the aether tree? Precisely. Not that such an action alone could destroy the whole thing, but it would certainly do some damage. What in the are you talking about? As I just stated, someone is trying to destroy the ether tree. The star fell, the primordial fell, even the interplanar portals. It's all part of a big plot. Was that not clear? No. Oh my, that's awful. And insane, it's true. Is it working? Unfortunately so. Or do you see the stars in the night sky? And we don't know who's behind it yet either. Well, Carolyn, Mr. Scully, the gentle person you greeted outside the woods. Thought he might be a necromancer? He certainly bore the armor of one. Did he seem like he wanted to kill everyone? Not particularly, though it could be hard to tell sometimes. Politeness and the desire for homicide aren't necessarily mutually exclusive. Necromancers resurrect dead things to make undead creatures. Indeed they do. So, Scully, you were resurrected, right? You remember anything about it? Well, I admit at first I recalled very little from the start of my new life. I mostly stumbled about trying to remember my manners. But my memories, or rather, the memories of my body, which are supposed to be also my memories, have been getting clearer lately. Let me try to focus my thoughts. I believe I awakened in the archives, in the Everbloom. The Everbloom? Did you encounter any bleak stalkers? Why, I did indeed. They seemed very hungry for my bones. Such interesting creatures. They remind me of the old intellect wombats. Do those beasts still roam Fasoaya? No. What are intellect wombats? Priorities, Tia. Scully, who woke you up. A gentleman of fine age. I believe he was there to do research? I remember candles held over notes scribbled on paper. Ink stains on fingertips. He must have found me near my friend's study. I remember when I was looking for her when. After I woke, I simply left. How rude and inquisitive of me. I should have asked what he was researching. I could have helped. Be glad you did not eat him. We found his notes. They spoke of the destruction of the universe. Did the guy from the woods remind you of the one in the archives? Now that you mention it, I wasn't conscious enough to recognize faces when I rose, but I knew the armor looked familiar. I think I saw it when I first reopened my eyes, metaphorically, of course. I no longer have eyelids. The necromancer's behind all this? Is he trying to break the sigils just to get to what? The spirit dragon in the realm of death. Sigils? Are you perchance speaking of the sigils of Alcahest? My friend was researching them once. I always thought they were a wild figment of her imagination. Seems like they're not, unfortunately. Do necromancers usually want to destroy Twat? No, but they do defy his laws of life and death. Perhaps he craves access to all the souls the spirit dragon guards. Or he plans to destroy death once and for all with his perversions. But my dears, to destroy Twat, one must find him first. That in itself would be quite the impossible task, no? Not exactly. The spirit realm is well protected, but there are ways to get to him. Can you kill death? I don't know, but merely attempting it sounds disastrous. Miss Antwar, Miss Moore, Twat is the god of death. No matter how insane the necromancer, no one can possess a weapon power enough to fight a god. Only weapons my big dragons can harm them. We all know this. Oh, speaking of that, Some of these rumors I still have probably would help with that later. You mean like Or's great axe? A weapon forged for the dragons by the dragons, meant only for their claws. The axe. It could certainly cut through the barrier between the astral sea and the upper world, if not through Tuat himself. Would stealing an axe from a dragon count as a sigil? Alright, y'all lost me again. I talked about this already. Keep up. I'll explain later. It might count as a sigil if it awakens or damages their plane. Or should not be awakened under any circumstances. Nor should their legendary weapon fall into the hands of a mere mortal. My, this is quite concerning. I'm right there with you. This seems like too insane of a plot. Even for some big, bad, evil guy. They seem to be reaching for new heights in their dastardly schemes. If we are correct, this one plans to steal our weapon, break their sigil, and then destroy Tuat. Dragons be with us. What about the undead creatures marching towards the capital? It must be a distraction, a way to keep anyone who would interfere his back. Quite the dangerous distraction, if you ask me. Those... I shouldn't be snacking away at those roots either way, would they? No. And those sigils of alcohol, zest, you keep talking about. What else? Can you do what? Destroy the tree? The spirit realm rests above all others in the canopy of our world. If what we believed to be this monster's plant succeeds, it will collapse down onto the rest of the ether tree. Not only would the tree only would that free all dead souls, it would destroy the tree, our home, our cosmos, and everything below it. It would destroy our world as we know it. Not to mention Tuat might die. I don't think I have to explain to you why death dying would be a bad idea. Once again, can he die? Wouldn't risk it. Though I believe this plot of his has to be limited somewhat, no? Perhaps to be a transitional period between astral moon and dying moon. Only then would the veil between Cassiopeia and Tuat be thin enough for rituals of such majesty to succeed. Wait, what do you mean? Is this only going to happen the night between the 30th of Cassiopeia and the 1st of Tuat? So, it can only work in 4 days or next year. Precisely. I guess you can't have a ritual without unnecessary complicated rules. It is common courtesy. Clay, I've been wondering, remember the man we saw on our way back near Merrill Castle? Yes, do you think it might have been the same guy? I do. Strange armor sounds familiar, as does the convenient proximity to destruction. And more so that the blood of the first vampire Kyle spoke of. Part of the ritual to safely traverse the astral plane is having an associate anchor for your destination. To find Tuat, you need something connected to him. Like the blood of a vampire entirely bound to him. Yes, maybe our villain got his hands on it. Perhaps he knew more about Cassiopeia than he anticipated. All this out of context is giving me a headache. And got another drink to spare to help with all this mess. Something powerful enough to get me through this. Anything for you, Lynn. Okay, something powerful. Let's see if I can make this again. The wind, but no, it gets rid of. I mean, that's what it looks like. Okay, let's just get rid of all this. Okay. And then a bit of that. Oh, but yeah, it's still not getting how I want it to be made. Okay. ghost berries. Let's try this. Nope. Hmm. Okay. A little bit of the blue. Ah, still not making it. Oh my god, my keeper didn't know how to make this drink. I'm just gonna make this a brawler then. It's the easier one. Hmm. Yep. That'll do. I put all the strength I have into the strength and joy. I think you could put parts of my sanity back together. Thanks a lot. Anytime. So, this madman, if I can't get the axe, he can kill the spirit dragon, right? Correct. Great. Let's stop him from getting axe then. Great idea. I know. Now how do we do it? Well, first the necromancers need to find it. For that, I had to get to Ur's realm. Thanks to the portals, that isn't entirely within the realm of possibilities. One would simply have to journey through one of the portals to the Twilight Castle, and then enter the endless caves to the Nightmare Realm. Nothing easier than that. Didn't Millie see some weird bone way markers near the Twilight Castle portal and these moon swamps? Could they be there? Remind someone to say the necromancers are the way to the portal? They could. Good. The moon portals are much easier to reach than Boreas. We should catch the necromancer before he ventures in the chasm, most certainly before he gets the axe. Great, let's go beat his... Hold on. What if you don't see? What if he's right? I have faith in you, but he sounds powerful. I'll bet a backup plan. I hate to say it, but you're not wrong. Thanks for looking out for us. We don't manage to stop him getting up. We have no chance in a fight against him. Even your divine strikes would be no match to Miss Anwar. That is true. We would need an incredibly powerful weapon to match his. Not sure if it's enough, but I do have a sword I got from my Baba. Let me see it. This remarkable craftsmanship embodies with minor divine powers. Incredible. But I'm afraid even this cannot rival the great axe in any capacity. And what if we mix with dragonfire? What? Do you happen to have such a thing on hand, young lad? No, but I know where to find some. The ever-burning flame in the highlands is dragonfire. The one you wanted to see, Tia. I think now might be a good time for that. You're right. Dragonfire merged with Carolyn's blessed sword. Wouldn't be as powerful as the axe, but it might give us a fighting chance. If we had a master crafter to forge it, that is. Rhea, she's a blacksmith. You're right, it would be great competition for sure. Yeah, my sword would get her first place, no question. I'll make sure to bring that up, trying to convince her. Thanks for the idea. Very well. I'm sure Master Smith Frostskip will be delighted with this opportunity. Having her on our side makes me more confident we can stop this necromancer's plan. I have the utmost faith in us. And I know the aperture and its astral portals are well protected even if she fail. Though, I don't believe we will. Because I know I'm strong enough to best this battle in that Clays as well. And the others. The others too. I'll be honest, I'm not sure if the four of you will be enough. Don't worry. There's a lot of people who can ask for help. Like you. Like me. Ask away. I knew we could count on you. You could like everything we talk about, right? I try my best. Could you write up 2 quests for all this? I think we should split our resources so we can get the backup plan at the same time. Good idea, young man. Plus, that'll give us an excuse to have your drinks help us. Not that you need an excuse, but I appreciate you following my rituals. I'll see what I can do. I should have something written up first thing in the morning. I'll trust in you as you trust in us. Not at all? Deeply? Cautiously? Deeply? Yes. deeply and with the knowledge that together we are stronger. Oh, I'll see you in the morning then. Carolyn, come with us. We owe you a few explanations before we make any persuasion work for us. You got that right. Let's go. Everyone leaving? I cannot miss on the possible deals. I shall see you in the morning, Innkeep. Thank you for all your help. Let's save the world, alright? Let's, Clay. Good luck. Hope I'm making good decisions here. Oh, some new quests. Okay. Well, let's see. I need to make quests for these, so... And I can't seem... Okay, so I definitely have to put something for the ether tree here. Okay, so I think this can be all put together. A horde of undead is approaching the capital. Their insatiable hunger for the local flora leads them to the exposed roots of the ether tree, and therefore to the capital of Famous. Since it lies nestled in the safety of the roots, there is mere distraction so the next necromancer can fulfill his true plan. Again said, still must be stopped where they hunger for flesh once more. Okay, and the last but not least, we need to go for this. Okay, this one. No? Oh. Eh? Okay, so reach one. So. Wait. Legends crazy. The only weapon. Okay. Well, let's take a look. So, legend has it the Great Axe of Ur lies somewhere deep between the subterranean. Okay, so this. Be that? No? Huh. Any aims for the tree. Okay. Not that. Ah! What is it? I mean, there's not much to put together. I didn't think that would work anyway. Why doesn't this work? Legend has a great axe. Legend has it. He needs a great axe. That's not gonna help me. Okay. Only weapon forged dragon can resist notably the ever-burning blade. Okay, so ever-burning. Okay, so Poseidon still burns in Temple of the Highlands. Legend has it. Only weapon forged with dragon resistance. Okay, so it's her great sword. Okay, so it's this one, I would think. Okay. Only weapon forged in dragonfire could ever dream to hold up against the legendary Great Axe of Ur. Luckily, a temple in Highlands houses the ever-burning flame and ancient gift from the dragons all come in handy. Okay, so that's the third one. So the one just playing of Ur. It has to be this, right? World calamity is imminent, but there's one way to save it. The only weapon strong enough to harm Twat and Ether Cheese, the legendary Great Axe of Ur. Personification of evil wants it desperately. First, we must make it through the Twilight Chasm. It's a portal. Sounds like a good location to stop him, right? Oh, here we go. Finally. Oh. Alright, since it's the beginning of a new day, I'm going to end my stream here. Thanks you for watching, and I will be back Monday, or not Monday, sorry. I'll be back on Tuesday, streaming at 6:30 PST. And I hope you have a good rest of your evening.